what they're doing here. Okay, this whole thing, and when you get all the way over here to, I don't know what page this is, they're still talking, Noah's wife is the focus on 3 chiasms. All right, so I didn't know Noah's wife. The sons of God, they just grab some different scriptures here together. I don't know what is going on here. I do not know what's going on here. I need, and then they've got a thing about monotheism, replacement theology. It's just bizarre. It's just a bizarre thing. But we could just discount it. This is what we have a tendency to do. Oh, that's just craziness. That's just craziness. But you can't say something is crazy and dismiss it, because there are those who will pick it up and won't think it's crazy. And the next thing they know, they'll be going through the Bible going, okay, Exodus and Philippians, okay, chiastic structure. And they'll start trying to build chiastic structures there. And you cannot, and you've got to stop people and go, whoa, wait a minute here. All right. Are there chiasms in the Bible? Let's argue that Genesis 9:6, as they argue here in this booklet, is an example of a chiasm. Let's agree. Now let me ask you a question. All right? And we're going to talk more about a chiasm and chiastic structures here in a second. All right? I want to drive this point home. Let's say that there are chiasms in the Bible. Because something is a chiasm or in a chiastic structure, does your method of interpreting it change? Right? Do you bring in a new method of interpretation? Does your hermeneutical method change because it's in a chiastic structure, or is it in a chiastic structure simply to emphasize the point that is being made in that particular verse? Do you have the license hermeneutically to take a chiasm, like take a verse that may not even be in a chiastic structure, connect it to a verse somewhere else in the Bible, and then say, oh, this is a chiastic structure, it's teaching whatever. All right? Do you have license to do that? Now, let's go to a more in-depth discussion of chiasms and chiastic structure, all right? Here we go. This comes from gotquestions.org. Gotquestions.org. Here's their discussion. What is a chiasm? Chiastic structure in the Bible. A chiasm, also called a chiasmus, is a literary device in which a sequence of ideas is presented and then repeated in reverse order. Okay. Now that is much more helpful than what we had here in the booklet. So let me read that again. A chiasm, also known as a chiasmus, is a literary device in which a sequence of ideas is presented and then repeated in reverse order. So you have a sequence of ideas. Well, yeah, here's the ideas. Then they are repeated in a reverse order. All right, let's go. Let's see if this works on Genesis 9:6, the way they have it in the booklet here. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man his blood shall be shed. All right, so you have a sequence of ideas that are presented, then repeated in reverse order. Whoever sheds the blood of man, now reverse it, by man his blood shall be shed. All right, there is this idea of a chiasm or a chiastic structure. It is present right there. I won't deny that. Now, does my method of interpreting that change? Does it change? I don't know. Do I then grab Genesis 9:6 and go connect it to something else and try to create a larger chiastic structure? These are the hermeneutical questions. So let me read this again. This definition is already better than what they provided in the booklet. It is a literary device in which a sequence of ideas is presented and then repeated in reverse order. The result is a mirror effect as the ideas are reflected back in a passage. Each idea is connected to its reflection by a repeated word, often in a related form. The term chiasm comes from the Greek letter, how we would write it out, chi, which looks like our letter X. Chiastic patterns is also called ring structure. All right. It's also called ring structure. Now, there's a lot there I would like to talk about. We could talk, but I won't. I'm going to try to stop myself. All right? The structure of a chiasm is usually expressed through a series of letters, each letter representing a new idea. Now, this is already more helpful. Remember in the booklet when he just jumped down there and said that Genesis 9:6 is an A, B, C, C, B, A structure? And you're like, what does that mean? What is going on? Like, what are you doing? Well, here we go. The structure of a chiasm is usually expressed through a series of letters, each letter representing a new idea. All right, now we already got some help here. For example, the structure ABBA refers to two ideas, A and B. So the first two letters, AB, those are the two ideas. And then BA are those ideas repeated in reverse order. So AB, BA, AB, BA. That makes sense. AB, so when you see AB, BA, when you see that structure, you know that there are two ideas. A and B are the two ideas. B and A are those two ideas in reverse order. So if I was going through a passage of the Bible and I thought that it was a chiasm or a chiastic structure, I would like, oh, this verse has an ABBA structure. Here are the two ideas. Here are the two ideas in reverse order. All right. Now, this is cool, right? And I want to make sure this is very clear. Sometimes pastors, and especially small groups out there, like maybe a cult, and I don't want to say every small group is a cult because my church is small, right? So I don't want to say every small group is a cult. But if you have some like unique thing, like, hey, we're going to focus on chiastic structure, right? Because nobody else does. See, when a leader or a pastor grabs onto some idea like this, it sounds so cool because nobody else knows it, right? And so then he can make that the emphasis, and they become distinguished by this, novelty idea. It is absolutely cool that you can see. Oh, well, we're going to break this down into a chiastic structure. ABBA. There's two ideas. All right, the two ideas. AB gives you the idea. BA, it reverses the idea. Okay, this is neat. And then you can have everyone grab a piece of paper, find a chiasm, write down ABBA, show you what the two ideas are, show you how the two ideas are reversed. Great. That's awesome. That's cool. You can have a cool notebook. Chiasms, right? ABBA or ABC, CBA, however you want to write them out, right? And you could do this, and everyone would look really cool. Everyone would look really different. You would look really unique, and you would look like you're deep Bible students. But let me state it again. Does this give you some crazy freedom to now take the verse and interpret it, violating every known hermeneutical rule that has ever been laid down, simply because you have the ability to determine that there's a chiasm or a chiastic structure present in the text? I will argue it doesn't. Here's the question this morning. How do you handle, still this morning, how do you interpret a chiasm or a chiastic structure? How do you interpret it? You got to give me your means of interpreting the chiasm, not just identifying it. How do you interpret it? Right? Let's go back to the article. So the structure of a chiasm is usually expressed through a series of letters, each letter representing a new idea. For example, the structure ABBA refers to two ideas, A and B, repeated in reverse order, B and A. Often a chiasm includes another idea in the middle of the repetition. AB, XBA. AB, XBA. Now, what's the idea? AB are the two ideas. BA are those two ideas reversed, and X in the middle there just means that there's some other idea that's right in the middle of the chiasm, right? So it becomes a part of the chiasm. You got two ideas, you got the two ideas reversed, and right in the middle you have a different idea. So that's expressed as ABXBA. In this structure, the two ideas A and B are represented in reverse order, but a third idea is inserted before the repetition X. By virtue of its position, the insertion is emphasized. Now, that is what they were trying to explain in this booklet. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man his blood shall be shed. Well, they're trying to argue C, they got CC because of man by man. So no, this is not even the same idea. I take it back, because you got three ideas here. You got ABC. So in Genesis 9:6, you've got an ABC CBA structure because you got three ideas: shed, blood, man. And then you've got them reverse, CBA, man, blood, shed. So you don't have an idea inserted. But they kind of make an argument that man, said maybe the reason man is in focus is because he is made in the image of God. I guess they're saying they're focused because man is in the center. I don't know. But to be in the center, you would think it would be X placed right in the middle of the repeating ideas. Man repeated here is just part of the overall structure. So try say again, when you start this kind of thing, you can just say, oh, see, that's emphasized. Based off what? You just because it shows up in the middle? I don't know. It's just again, this is how hermeneutics can lead people to crazy ideas. So, all right, let's see what else they have to say here. Some chiasms are quite simple. The common saying, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, is chiastic. So chiasms, chiastic structure, is not just a Bible thing. It shows up, it's a literary thing. Make sure I understand it. I don't think I emphasize that enough. It's a literary thing. It's not a Bible thing. It's a literary thing. All right, so you can find chiastic structures. I bet you can find chiastic structures in song lyrics. You can find chiastic structure, I would definitely think, in poetry. You could probably find it even in novels and other literary forms. I can almost guarantee you, in all of those ways, you can find them. I've got books everywhere, but I could sit here, put the iPad down, try to find some, and then come back. But that would be kind of boring for you to just listen to me go through pages of books. But you get the idea. So, some chiasms are quite simple. The common saying is when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. The word going and tough are repeated in reverse order. All right. So when the going gets tough, now you reverse the order. The tough get going. You see the idea? Chiastic structure. And the second half of the sentence, the structure is A B B A. And you see why it's A B B A. You got two ideas: going, tough. Tough, going, ABBA. Another example of a chiasm, also with the ABBA structure, is Benjamin Franklin's axiom: by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. All right, other chiasms are more complex, even spanning entire poems. So entire poems a chiasm can expand to a large section, not just a very simple saying like that. Many passages in the Bible exhibit chiastic structure. For example, Jesus' words in Mark chapter 2, verse 27 are in the form of a chiasm. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. Using the ABBA form, the words Sabbath and man are repeated in reverse order. And Matthew 23:12 is another example. A larger chiasm is found in Joel chapter 3, verses 17 to 21. Joel chapter 3, verses 17 to 21. This one has 7 parts. Joel chapter 3, verses 17 to 21 has 7 parts. All right, now that is going to take a little work. It would be diagrammed this way: A, B, C, X, C, B, A. A, B, C, X, C, B, A. Now, A, B, C are the three ideas. X, there's an idea inserted in the middle, and then you have the repetition of the ideas in reverse order. C, B, A. A, B, C, X, C, B, A. All right? This sounds like some kind of a crazy math formula. Now, I don't know anything about math. I just know that this is how this was my history with math. All right? All right, I'm trying to figure out Okay, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, like I got addition down. I think I got subtraction down. Okay, I think I got multiplication down. This division thing, all right, I'm struggling with. I think I can get it. All right. Oh, how to figure